Welcome to the National Drug Screening Video Blog Series. My name is Tom Fulmer. I'm the Vice President of Business Development, and I will be hosting this series. You can find out more information on our website and visiting our blog at www.nationaldrugscreening.com, where we help employers and individuals better understand drug testing policies and trends, and how to have a drug-free workplace. Today's guest is going to be Mr. Joe Riley. He's the President of National Drug Screening. He's also the former chair of DAISHA, the Drug and Alcohol Testing Industry Association, and current board member. Mr. Riley's been consulting in the industry since 1993, and we'd like to welcome him to the show today. Today's topic on the National Drug Screening Video Blog Series involves a hot topic in drug testing today. It's oral fluid testing. So, can you tell us what exactly is oral fluid testing?
Well, Tom, you hit the nail on the head. It is a hot topic in the drug testing industry. Oral fluid testing, sometimes called saliva testing. So traditionally, we test for drugs in workplace drug testing with urine. Well, over the last 5 to 10 years, oral fluid testing has become popular. And basically, we're collecting an oral fluid sample with what I call a sponge on a stick that's inserted into the donor's mouth for a couple of minutes. And then that saliva specimen that is on that sponge on a stick is put into a bag, sealed up, shipped off to the laboratory. They do initial screening on that oral fluid. They do a confirmation test on that oral fluid if it was positive, and then that test result is reviewed and verified by a medical review officer or an MRO.
Excellent. So if using oral fluid versus some of the other options out there, what things can oral fluid testing be used to detect?
Well, oral fluid testing can certainly be used for the traditional 5-panel drug test that's been used in workplace drug testing now for 20 plus years, testing for marijuana, cocaine, opiates, PCP, and amphetamines. Oral fluid testing can also add on the expanded opiates testing, which will pick up your pain medication drugs, hydromorphone, hydrocodone, oxycodone, those type of pain medications. And there are some labs today that have even expanded the oral fluid testing even further to pick up more prescription type drugs like barbiturates, benzodiazepines, propoxamine. And the lab-based oral fluid drug testing can also determine ethyl alcohol from the oral fluid.
Okay, so how does that, sounds like a test for quite a few things. So how does oral fluid compare when comparing that to urine drug screen, or a hair test as far as detection times and versatility and use?
Well, we get questions a lot of times about urine drug testing, oral fluid drug testing, hair drug testing, which is best. And it's not really that one is better than the other. It's really about what you're trying to accomplish. Now, you mentioned in oral fluid detection times, and that's really what we're talking about here. The difference between oral, urine, and hair is all about detection times and the window of detection. So with oral fluid, we have the shortest window of detection. We can detect drugs from a couple of hours after ingestion to up to about 2 days, maybe 3 days. Where with urine, we're detecting drugs about a day after ingestion up to about 4, 5, 6 days perhaps. And with hair, we're detecting drugs after about 7 days from ingestion up to about 90 days. So oral fluid is the test with the shortest window of detection.
Okay, are there times that a company maybe should use oral fluid testing just that, or should it always be used in conjunction with something else, or does it depend?
Well, my best recommendation for a company is to use oral fluid drug testing for reasonable suspicion drug testing, because you're trying to determine if the person is currently impaired. The oral fluid drug test will not tell you they're impaired, but it will tell you that they used the drugs recently. And I would also recommend oral fluid drug testing for post-accident testing. You're trying to determine if the use of drugs may have caused the accident. So the oral fluid drug test will tell you, if positive, that the person used drugs a short time ago. But I have to caution that if it is a DOT drug testing program, currently oral fluid testing is not allowed. The DOT drug testing program, currently the specimen is urine for drug testing. So we just need to be careful about that, but look for in the future, probably in the next year or so, that DOT would allow oral fluid drug testing.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us and sharing your information on oral fluid testing today. Make sure you find out more on our blog at www.nationaldrugscreening.com, where you can choose the blog. You also have a great search function, so you can type in oral fluid testing. You'll find some great information about that, as well as other drug testing options and trends in the industry. And make sure you join us next time for our next video blog show, where we have some great topics coming your way.